Before Highmark Stadium, before Ralph Wilson, before Bills Mafia took over Orchard Park, Buffalo football was forged in concrete, steel, and grit on Buffalo's east side. This is the story of War Memorial Stadium, the first home of the Buffalo Bills, and one of the most iconic stadiums in AFL history. Welcome to the Rockpile. It was intended to be a municipal stadium for public school sports and semi-pro football, with a horseshoe layout and a modest 35,000 seats. It was a true product of Depression-era America. No frills, just function. Originally called Civic Stadium, the stadium was renamed War Memorial Stadium in honor of the city's veterans. It stood at the corner of Jefferson Avenue and Best Street in one of Buffalo's oldest and most vibrant neighborhoods. Now, this was not a glamorous venue. It didn't have any luxury boxes or fancy locker rooms, but it had soul, grit, and heart, which for Buffalo, that was enough. The stadium actually played host to professional football before the Buffalo Bills of today. The All-American Football Conference, a rival football league to the NFL, hosted a team in Buffalo in the 40s after World War II. However, when the All-American Football Conference merged with the NFL, Buffalo was excluded from the league and the team folded. Let's fast forward to 1960, when another new football league, the American Football League, also known as the AFL, came knocking, and owner Ralph Wilson Jr. brought professional football back to the Queen City. With no better option available, the brand new Buffalo Bills moved into War Memorial Stadium. To put it nicely, the stadium wasn't quite NFL ready. The field was terrible at draining, the infrastructure was crumbling in certain places, and there was a lot of obstructed views, but for the most part, the fans didn't care. For them, it was all about watching pro football, right in Buffalo's backyard. It didn't take long for fans to give the stadium a nickname, the Rockpile, and it fit. The concrete bleachers were hard, winds were bitter, and the vibe was all pure grit. On game days, fans packed in with thermoses, blankets, and some good old blue-collar pride fit for Western New York. There were no jumbotrons or halftime shows, just smash-mouth football and die-hard loyalty to their beloved Buffalo Bills. The team mirrored its home, tough, scrappy, and built for Buffalo. With players like Jack Kemp, Cookie Gilchrist, and future Hall of Fame guard Billy Shaw, Buffalo was an AFL powerhouse. The Rockpile saw its share of magic. In 1964 and again in 65, the Bills became AFL champions, defeating the San Diego Chargers both years, with the 64 victory being at the Rockpile and the Bills winning 20-7 to claim the AFL crown. Those titles were the first major championships for any Buffalo pro sports team. For the city, it was a point of pride, and for War Memorial, it was its golden era. By the late 60s, however, the cracks, both literal and figurative, were starting to show. As the AFL prepared to merge with the NFL, many teams began upgrading their facilities, but War Memorial was stuck in its time. Restrooms were outdated, the concourses were narrow, and there's really no room for the stadium to expand around it. Some critics even called it unfit for professional football. Still, for Buffalo fans, the Rockpile remained hallowed ground. It was where kids saw their first game, where neighbors tailgated in the snow, and where community pride ran deep. The Bills held on through the 1970 NFL merger, but the writing was on the wall. The stadium didn't meet the league standards of holding at least 50,000 fans. In 1972, the Bills played their final season at War Memorial Stadium. The next season, they were heading south, to a brand new 80,000-seat facility in Orchard Park, what is now Highmark Stadium. The move made sense for the league and the team, but for longtime fans and city residents, it felt like the end of an era. The Rockpile had been more than just a stadium. It had been a community anchor right in the city of Buffalo. But with the Bills gone, the stadium lived on, sort of. After the Bills moved out, War Memorial Stadium found a new life. It became home to the Buffalo Bisons, the minor league baseball team, and later hosted things like concerts, community events, boxing matches, things like that. In 1983, the stadium even got a small taste of Hollywood fame when it was used as the main filming location for The Natural, starring Robert Redford. In the movie, it stood in for the fictional Knights Field. However, even a Hollywood makeover and its 15 minutes of fame couldn't save the stadium forever. Time, neglect, and its age finally caught up. In 1989, War Memorial Stadium was demolished. In its place, a new facility was built, the Johnny B. Wiley Amateur Athletic Sports Pavilion, named in honor of a local coach and mentor. a new turf field used by the community and local school teams, stands where legends of professional football used to make their mark. All that is left of the original Rockpile are a couple of original entrances around the stadium. While physically the Rockpile might be gone, its spirit echoes and goes on through Buffalo. War Memorial Stadium wasn't perfect, but it was Buffalo's. It was where the Bills were born, folded, and were born again. Where they found their first glory, and where an entire city came together on frigid Sundays to cheer on their Bills. The concrete may be gone, but the memories are not. In the story of the Buffalo Bills, the Rockpile is where the legend began. Thanks for watching this look back at one of Buffalo's most iconic landmarks. If you've got memories of War Memorial Stadium, or any family stories you've heard or been told, love to hear about them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into all things sports. And as always, go Bills!